in this video, we're going to be looking at measures of center. So whenever we have a data set, we want to find the middle of the data set. So the measures of center we're going to be looking at today are the mean, median, and mode. So first, starting with the mean. So the mean is what we would normally call the average. So whenever we talk about samples, we're going to use x bar, and that is the sum of all x values over n, the number of data entries we have. So for example, if we have 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, and we want to find the mean, we will just add all the values up, 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12, and divide it by the number of entries. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries. So divided by 5. Now, if we add this together, this should equal to 40. So x bar should equal to 40 divided by 5. So our mean would be 8. Okay? One of the things we should note is that the mean is very sensitive to outliers. So note the mean is very sensitive to outliers. And by that I mean a score that is not close to the other data points, right? That would be an outlier. So for example, if we add the same scores that we had before, say we have 4, 6, 8, 10, but then this last value, let's say the last value is 20. So now look at the effect on the mean. So now here we would have, we'll add all the values together, and then divide that by 5. So the mean would equal to so now this should be 48. Let me double check. 4, 6, 10, 20, 40, 48 divided by 5. So now this becomes 9.6. Okay, so if you see where the mean lands, it's almost here now, right? You see? So it's pulled by this outlier. Okay, so if we had a larger outlier, it'll pull it even further, right? It'll pull it even past that 10. All right, so the mean is very sensitive to an outlier. So, but we have other methods of measuring the means, and to counteract the outlier, we'll use those other forms of means, or average, or finding the middle of the data set. So one other measure of finding the mean is the median. And with the median, we want to order the data, and we could order it from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. As long as it's ordered, we can find the median, right? So case 1, if the number of data values are odd, then the middle number would be the median. So for example, if we have the values 72, 85, 90, 98, 108, then this data set is already in order, going from smallest to largest. And so the median would just be the middle number, right? So whenever we have a odd number, we just find the middle number. So in this, we have 5 data entries, so the third value would be our median. Okay, so position of the median is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. So in this case, we had 5, so we had 5 plus 1 divided by 2, so we saw it was the third position. Okay, the next case in terms of median is if the number of entries are even, then the average of the two middle numbers. The average of the two middle values. So for example, if we have 74, 88, 90, 92, 105, 110. So here we have an even number of entries, right? We have 6 entries. So the median would be the average of these two middle values. So we just do 90 plus 92 divided by 2. So the median is 91. Okay, and then finally, the third thing we use to find the middle of a data set is the mode. And the mode is the value that occurs most frequently. So for example, if we had 8, 10, 12, 14, 8, 16, and 8. So here, the mode would be the number that occurs most often, and the mode would equal to 8. Another example, if we had 10, 14, 12, 14, 10, 24, here, notice that 10 is occurring twice, as well as 14. So the mode here would be both 10 and 14. And we'll say that this is bimodal. Now, one of the tricks that you may have to look for is if we have a list of numbers, but even though they are occurring, say, twice, suppose we had 8, 10, 12, and we had another 8, 10, and 12. Because they are occurring the same amount of times, then there's no mode, okay? So if each number in the data set is occurring the same amount of times, even though they may occur more than once, there'll be no mode. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.